Guy goes into the back porch. Older guy.
About close to death.
He's in his 80s.
Close to death.
He sees a frog on the ground. The frog says, "Hey, buddy, kiss me. I'll turn into a beautiful princess and I'll love you for the rest of your life." So he puts the frog in his pocket, goes for a little walk. The frog pops its head out and says, "Didn't you hear what I said? If you kiss me, I'll turn into a beautiful princess and I'll love you for the rest of my life." Puts the frog in the pocket, buttons it down, keeps walking. He sees his neighbor, goes walking over there. He says, "Hey, Ralph, how you doing?" He says, "Good." He says, "Hey, I want to show you something." Opens it up, takes the frog out. The frog looks at the neighbor and he says, "Hey, would you tell your friend here that if he kisses me, I'll turn into a beautiful princess and I'll love him for the rest of his life?" The neighbor says to him, "Why don't you kiss the frog and see if it turns into a beautiful princess?" The guy says, "My age, I'd rather have a talking frog."
That's the dumbest joke I've ever heard. Hey, welcome back to our stupid reactions of Corbin. Definitely not worth it. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter for more juicy content. Thank you to everyone who posts on Patreon. Follow us to the account, subscribe to the like button. Today we have another song from... Say this.
Chudi Joe Conky.
And it's our first pop song.
Okay.
And it's, we saw the puppet one. Was that another, remember that puppet song that we saw the other day? Where they had the puppets.
Oh, yes.
This is that same.
They were actually marionettes.
These
to
are,
be technically accurate there.
They were puppets. And this is the same artist. And so this is her
Okay.
first pop song.
Got it.
Very nostalgic for a lot of 90s babies out there.
Awesome.
Here we go.
Bring it on.
How was it?
Short, weird. You would think it'd be a longer song. Sounds like Ace of Base. Such a basic video. Boy, isn't it coming?
You stupid, stupid girl.
It was locked.
Is that Tommy Bot? Why does it look like Tommy Bot? Go up on stage! Catchy song.
Well, it was a catchy little
Yeah,
song
catchy
that I hope
little-
took you down memory lane.
Catchy little ditty.
Yeah.
The what was it, like early 1998? Okay, it looks like it was. Yeah, it was very bare bones of
Very bare bones.
Well, if it was her first pop song,
Yeah.
then obviously, and it was the 90s, and so obviously the technology wasn't there, and probably the money wasn't there.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
an
yeah.
Indian new pop artist, but yeah, it was very bare bones. But I enjoyed the song. It was
I did
it was
too.
A nice
Cute.
little catchy little.
The drum beat reminded me of a couple of songs from a band from the 80s and 90s called Ace of Base.
You ever see them in concert?
No. You did?
Did I?
Yeah. Ace of Base?
No.
Oh,
How
no.
would I have seen them?
Because I don't know when they stopped touring. There's a possibility you could have seen Ace of Base. They may still be touring right now, as far as we know.
They're probably dead.
Why?
How old are they? Probably 50? All 50-year-olds are dead.
Idiot.
They're probably older than 50.
Yeah, they're probably in their 60s.
No, probably more. Because
Why?
how old were you in the 80s?
The Ace of Base, if I
They
was...
were at least
if,
20.
If I was 14, they would have been 24. That's very reasonable. That's highly plausible.
Yeah, they're definitely dead. Fun fact. No, maybe not fun fact. Who knows? But it's I know this because
looking it up.
I'm on parent TikTok and just-
Parent TikTok? There's such a thing?
You know, the algorithms take you to basically what you
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
A lot of people are not letting their kids have sleepovers anymore. Do you know that?
Why?
Well, they'll like let them go over to their house, but for like the actual sleeping part, they'll come back to the house and they say they'll bring them back in the morning. Because a lot of kids, especially of my generation, said they got molested or like a bunch of like bad stuff happened at sleepovers, not with the kids, but with like you're at a different person's house, they have siblings, they have friends coming over that you don't know.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say they got like molested or different stuff happened, like stuff that gave them trauma when they were older during the sleepovers.
Gotcha.
Which it obviously never happened to me, but obviously it probably happens a lot more to women, obviously, as does most sexual deviant things.
So what happens is boys.
Yeah. But so a lot of parents, I'm not obviously at the age of where I would, my kids would be
No,
doing sleepovers,
they're too
obviously.
little.
They were a while away from that.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting thing that apparently a lot of parents aren't doing. They'll like let them go over. You can spend the night,
Right.
but then when it's time to go to sleep, they come back to the house and it's like, "I'll bring you back over in the morning, so you all can still have your time." But they're not going to let them stay over there.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that would happen to people, and it would take away such a something that's so, especially for our generation. I know for your generation
Yeah.
as well. It's like a
Very
pretty
common.
big kid thing.
Yeah.
But it's not shocking either that bad stuff.
No, there's a
happens.
lot of things that are
I
different.
know people that it happened
A
to.
lot of things are different now than when I was a kid. A lot.
Like we don't use lead paint anymore.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
one.
Yeah.
That's one.
And when I was a kid, you didn't get shot going to school.
Yeah. That is a difference for
Yep.
sure. Not when I was a kid.
Or going to the movies.
still got-
Or going anywhere. When I was a kid, there were maybe 4 shootings a year. Maybe.
No, when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Got started with Columbine, buddy.
Yep.
Yay, America! We're such a great place, right?
You know what else there weren't when I was a little kid? There was none.
Rights.
Nut allergies.
Nut allergies.
None. You didn't have to be careful about what you bring to school, peanuts, things like that.
Well, that's not
They're
true. There
just-
were allergies. There weren't the precautions for them.
It just you didn't hear about it.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean
At
there weren't
all.
allergies. There were nut allergies.
No. I didn't mean they didn't exist anywhere on planet
That's
Earth.
what you said, Rick.
I did not. I
You said there weren't nut allergies.
when I was in school.
Nut all over you.
In school, not on planet Earth.
I believe there weren't.
There were no nut allergies amongst the student body.
There were nut allergies.
You weren't there.
You are
I
saying
was.
there's no nut allergies, meaning no child had a nut allergy. That's not true.
If you
There were no precautions. I 100% believe that.
and why are there the precautions? This is common sense logic.
That's like saying there wasn't ADD back in the day. There was. There just wasn't. There wasn't the wherewithal or the knowledge of it.
Again, I didn't say on planet Earth.
said no nut allergies,
I said when I was a kid in school.
There were
And
no
no,
nut allergies.
When I was a kid in school,
we get it. You didn't nut in school.
there were no nut allergies.
They were probably allergic to your nut.
People didn't leave school because they were sick for some undisclosed reason, and there weren't anything that is a common occurrence now that was not a common occurrence then, comparable to the fact that when I was a kid there weren't shootings.
When did you go to high school?
Did they happen on Earth?
Where'd you go to school?
Where did I go to school?
What year?
In the 80s.
80s?
Yeah.
I was going to put 60s.
I was born in 69. What are you looking up? The prevalence of nut allergies on planet Earth?
There were.
There were nut allergies on planet Earth. You're trying to tell me you
One article
who
warned
weren't born
that
in 1984.
Peanut allergies are probably the most common cause of death of food by asphyxiation in schools from 1982 to 1989.
Wait, stop. Read what you just read again.
Nut allergies, the common by food asphyxiation.
Food asphyxiation.
Because their throat closed because they're allergic to nuts. That's what it's saying, not because they choked on the nut.
From when?
You could choke on my nut.
When did it first come out?
1982.
And what were the frequencies, asshole?
I literally just told you
Frequencies.
it's the most common cause of death by food asphyxiation.
Frequencies in 1982 versus frequencies in 2022.
Oh, dear God.
That's what I'm talking about. The prevalence.
Why don't you go nut somewhere? You nut.